Okay, here's the premise. I'm a submarine. That's it.
Oh boy.
Okay, you press one button, you shoot horizontally. Press another button.
Delali said, do you have their mailing address? You know, because it's 1983. I'm going to write them a letter. But make it a very strongly worded letter.
I've got a P.O. box for you.
963, New York City, New York State, 10108.
Yeah, that's it.
Just curious.
Just send it right to Stick Stanley.
Stickly.
Stick, whatever.
What does the M stand for?
I don't know. So let's go with nautical.
It's M.
Thank you, Bucky Saki. Bucky Saki just moderated your comment, Delalian. Or Deanderthal. I'm not sure why that triggered something, but it did.
Oh, it might be because it said shoot to kill, things
shoot.
like that. Okay.
Shooting
Thanks,
is
guys.
a video game thing, though.
We're still trying to figure all this out, so I appreciate you guys helping us out.
Nautical,
yeah. Alright, what is the game called? I'll see what I can find.
N-sub.
That's it. Okay.
N-sub.
Sub.
Maybe Navy? Naval sub?
There's apparently a... nope, not going to read that out loud. That's
okay,
also a thing that I probably don't want to search for.
Thank you.
Alright.
Ooh. Guys, this is getting tough. This is getting impossible.
And this is on the SG-1000?
That is correct.
SG-1000.
Oof. Delalian says, okay, so once you tag the boats, do you drag them to your sneaky jeep? Mystery! 400 points!
Whoa, guys.
What?
It is N as in ninja.
Ninja?
No, but it's not M. It's N.
Yeah, it's N. N sub.
Oh, I thought it was actually M. That's why I couldn't find it. I was like, I'm finding some very questionable things.
You have to set your phone on fire.
I mean, it might be... Let's see. There's not much information about it. I mean, to be honest, there's really not much to this game either, so...
I feel like you are cutting this game short.
Okay, alright.
I mean, it's easy to play, easy concept. You shoot up at boats, you shoot horizontally at subs. There's stuff to avoid, like torpedoes. There's mystery, which nets you 400 points if you hit it. Oh, that time I got 500. Rhino Mite wants to know, what is the purple? The purple is the ocean.
Is that... what?
Super Kill Robot says, between M-Sub and Guzzler, I'm going to have to purge my browser.
That's what I was thinking.
Yes, Brian, those are atomic bombs I'm shooting out of the air. Your turn. You ready?
I'm just going to say this right now. I'm not as much of a fan as I was the Atari games.
Wow, really?
I think these look better and the sound is cooler.
Mm-hmm.
Not as much fun.
Okay.
Not as much fun to play.
Not as much fun to play. You know, it's interesting because there's a lot of people who agree with you.
Well, you know. Yeah. Laser Source. I'm so glad you're here. Well, no, so the reason why I say that is because, like, ugh. Oh, wait, I can only shoot up.
Press the other button.
What other button?
A.
I feel like this is the beginning of complicated. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
They got you.
It's such a delay on what I'm hitting and what's shooting. That is really frustrating. But,
There you go.
I also can't talk and do things at the same time.
That's fair.
So
I'll tell you this. I read a bunch of reviews about this game. Well, not just this game, but the SG-1000 in general. And a lot of them basically amounted to, it's not that great.
It's not that great.
And I'm not sure that I agree. I think that it's kind of amazing that while we here in the U.S. were playing games on Atari and Commodore and the Intellivision and playing, 8-bit PC games, this is what they had going on in Japan.
Well,
And it's kind of a step above graphically. But to your point, it doesn't matter if the games aren't as much fun. And ultimately, I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, you done? Guys, we're going to have to get a webcam just so you can see Danielle's face. Brian says, I think it looks better than the Atari 2600.
I agree with that wholeheartedly. It definitely looks a lot better. It sounds a lot better.
Superkill Robot says, have you noticed that most of the games have had some sort of weird perspective? That's
Yes.
a really good point. In fact, a lot of the arcade games at the time had a weird perspective, like Congo Bongo, which we played at the beginning of the stream, is like a 2D platformer on the SG-1000, but it was an isometric arcade game. I'm not sure if there was an arcade version of N-Sub or not,
So
or what it looked like.
here's my hot take. So
Alright.
there's more going on, and there are more things they can work with, and so by that alone, it is harder to play some of these games. But they're not made better.
Right.
So yeah, there's all these other things, but it's just more complicated and more frustrating because now there's 2 buttons, and also you still move like a drunk tank. I'm trying to move out. What the heck was that? The controls still aren't super responsive. You're still trying to basically run in sand underwater. It's just not. No, you want to do something fast. It's not going to happen in any of these games. Now, yeah, they sound and look so much better, but I think it just adds to the frustration because there's more going on, and there's more to do. And they're trying to push the capabilities of what this is capable of, which is cool. I mean, that is how we get progress on certain things, especially in technology and whatnot. But, doesn't make it any less frustrating. Also, gonna be honest here, there are a lot more cute things in the Atari so far. This could be just our choice.
Are you kidding me? You didn't think Guzzler was cute?
I played a kangaroo.
Alright, you did play as a kangaroo. Delalian says, maybe that hasn't been Sega's issue. Hasn't that always been Sega's issue? Better system, not as good gameplay. Maybe their issue from the beginning.
Yeah, perhaps.
Well, consider this. Consider that when this machine came into being, the Nintendo Entertainment System or the Family Computer didn't exist. So, were they competing with a Nintendo that they didn't really understand yet? Or were they competing against what was available at the time? Which was, your 8-bit computers and your Ataris and your ColecoVisions and your Intellivisions and all that kind of stuff. Compared to the Atari 2600, graphically, technologically speaking, this game is pretty amazing. This system is pretty amazing. But
Sure.
even if you look at the design of it, it's the controller is a joystick with 2 buttons, so that's one more than the Atari. But you still had to get close to the console to do things like pause the game. The pause button was on the console itself. Here's what may bake all of your collective noodles. I don't know what noodle you guys are baking, but let's call it linguine. Nah, you wouldn't bake linguine. That's dumb. Let's call it a lasagna. Here's what's going to really bake your lasagna. There were 3 versions of the SG-1000. 2 revisions. There was the Mark II. I know you guys are saying funny stuff.
We're going to
Casey
catch up here
says
in a
ZD.
second. Yeah, we're going to answer
I'm going to catch up with you for a second. I'm just going to finish my point. There were 2 revisions of the SG-1000. There was the Mark II, which was pretty much the same deal. And then there was the Mark III. And the Mark III is better known in the West as the Sega Master System, which routinely gets compared to the NES and is much more comparable to the NES. So I think that's something to consider and is sort of an interesting aspect of this, is I think this was a system designed to kill the Atari, not a system that could have potentially anticipated what the NES would do or what it would be capable of. But it's interesting, no?
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna look at some of the questions here.
Alright, I'm gonna try not to die.
Alright, so I'm gonna... let's see. I'm gonna start with, was Galaga responsive? Yeah, I think Galaga was actually the easiest to control of the ones we've played so far. This one isn't that bad, but there's still like a delay. And then Super Kill Robot said, I mean, look at the way they're trying to show the ocean in this. I think that in a lot of these, it just didn't read. It's like, there's like that 2.5D, as Lasersaurus said. And Lasersaurus said, Guzzler is an abomination from the very watery, Lovecraftian depths of the Mariana Trench. And Lasersaurus, you're a national treasure. Please always come talk at our stuff. 'Cause yes. Let's see. Superkill said that the Dreamcast was amazing. I never had a Dreamcast, so I can't attest to that. But
you have one now.
We have one now. And yeah, Pasty was correct. It's ZD. You'd be baking ZD.
I do like ZD.
Yeah. Ryan said, when I was your age, I played with a can on a string. Talk about perspective. Alright. Okay. I mean, that's fair.
War is hell.
Z said, I had a Master System with 3D glasses.
Ooh,
all right,
very nice.
Cool. Richard said, SMS is love, SMS is life, man. One of my few complete collections.
I frequently talk about you, Retro Helvin, when people ask me what I collect, because I know that you collect complete collections, and I think that is admirable, and I am scared that one day I will get there too. But for now, I'm not doing that.